I am almost done moving out of this house. And so much has happened that I don't even know where to start. And I know this is not even the time, but I am so fucking exhausted. And yeah, I just don't know. Here's the empty living room. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Still have to sweep in here. But this is the last day that I'm in this space. And I really have not slept here in a couple weeks now. Or maybe just a week, I don't know. The time is insane. I don't know what's going on. This is pretty much the last of my belongings. It's just a bunch of random crap and coats and some plants, which I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. This was the tea room. This was where it was kind of like the dining room. And then we have the kitchen, which is just full of trash, basically. And there's this back room that's pretty much totally empty. With Steve's meditation room. Yeah, this shit is seriously like doing psychic damage to me as I'm here. And like today's supposed to be the closing day and I still haven't heard back about that. No communication. So I just don't know. And then this was Punky's room. Bathroom's a mess. I have to basically just throw away a ton of stuff. But yeah. And this was my office. Again, there's just a couple of random things in here. Like just my singing bowl. Pretty depressing that I'll never be in this space again after today. I think I made it really beautiful. Everything about this space is amazing. The blue ceiling, the cathedral window painting, everything is beautiful. So my steps did that. And then the bedroom, which is empty for real. Other than these hooks and things. It's crazy. Feeling pretty constricted by the whole thing, honestly. Just had to pull out this little crystal, which I forgot about. I had hanging from the ceiling in the bedroom. Yeah. I don't know what kind of story to tell to the public about my experience because I don't want to twist anything. I'm not twisting anything. It's all just real. And yeah. When I was driving the school bus for like 3 years or whatever, that was like, in that time, I was the sole financial provider for my household for bills, utilities, mortgage, food, like pretty much everything. And I tried really hard to maintain it. And like we bought this house when I was 25 and it was my income alone that let us buy it. And then it was my income alone that let us maintain it and required a lot of self-sacrifice to be able to maintain it. And yeah, last year when I stopped driving the school bus in June of 2025, everything just fell apart. Sorry, I keep having this nervous system experience where it's like I am so out of breath from carrying the weight of all of this that sometimes it starts to catch up to me, which has only been happening the last 2 weeks. It really hasn't happened to me before, because I've been able to just ignore it. But I can't ignore it now, and keep feeling like I'm gonna yawn, but it's like, actually, I just want to burst into tears, so yeah, I don't know, it's a lot. But when I started to focus on myself, everything just fell apart, because the people I was living with were not going to be able to help me to pay for all this stuff. And so we're like we owe like, $8,000 on the mortgage or something, just being behind on it. And my credit is completely blown, because when it came down to it, when I was on unemployment, I was really only paying for utilities and not credit card bills, because there was just no way. I couldn't afford all that with just unemployment. And then, yeah, I went to the Trade Institute of Pittsburgh, and then the day that I graduated, which was like February 6th, me and my husband decided we were going to separate. And then just a few days later, we found this corrosion, or like this leak in the basement. That's the sewer stack corroding, because it's cast iron and should be replaced. And that's something that's so expensive, like we can't afford to replace that ourselves. So then I just made a call, that day that we found that out. I was like, well, the plan for now is we're going to sell the house, and that's kind of it. And that ended up being the plan. And then Punky moved to Oil City in the end of February, and then in the beginning of March, I set up the whole house for being photographed for the listing. And my husband wasn't here because he was house sitting, so I just did all that myself. And then in the beginning of April, he moved to Cleveland, and I was working again, started working at the casino here, and I still had our cat living here, and it was so stressful for her. And so she had to go and live with my mom, because there was just no way, it was way too much for her, and everything was changing, and it's too much for me. So I know it's too much for a little creature like her. And by the end of April, we had someone who was interested in the house. And so then I really had to start packing, and the closing was supposed to be last Friday, but it got delayed. And so now it's supposed to be today. Still haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know if it's happening today. It was something with underwriting that delayed it, and I don't have much else to do. My car is packed up with the rest of Steve's stuff, my husband. And I had help from my boyfriend Blake and my friend James, who lives here in Glassport, which is where this house is. They helped me to move, the large furniture last week into my friend's basement. And I think it was last Thursday, because I thought the closing was on Friday. But other than that specific help, and Blake helped me move some stuff into my art studio too, that otherwise it's all just been me, and it's just an extension of me being the one fucking in charge of everything. And it's been like this for 4 years, where I'm just always doing shit, and it is so much. I'm really excited to not have this weight on me anymore. And yeah, my body just feels so crazy. Yeah, I keep having this feeling like I just set down a really heavy weight, or I just got done sprinting, even if I've done nothing. And then I just feel like my skin is really prickly feeling on the outside. And I'm ready to move on, but I'm also a little scared because I'm just going to be staying with friends for a couple months until I can afford an apartment. And I'm on a leave of absence from work because this shit has been so fucking stressful that I can't work. And the shifts they have me working are all overnight anyway, like 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. And like, it feels like I'm giving my soul away when I work those shifts. So I'm trying to find something else. It's just so much. I have an art studio and I'm gonna have to rejoin the practice space so I can play music in private again. It's just a lot, and I can't help but feel like weirdly resentful because like the people that lived with me before, my husband, soon to be ex-husband, and my housemate, they aren't here going through this with me. They are living their lives and they don't know what this is like. And like I said, it is just an extension of how things have always been in this house. It's really hard. And yeah, I don't feel like I'm alone in this, but it's insane sometimes. There's just so much that needs done, and I don't know what's normal anymore. I don't know like if my response is normal. I don't understand who I am without this burden. I don't know if I'm overreacting. I don't know, like, all I know is what I'm feeling, and I have no frame of reference for what's normal because what's been normal for me has just been like trying to hold everything together for everyone. And I'm able to hold things together for myself. But it is really a lot. I don't always want to have to do this. And it would be cool to I just want to surrender and be taken care of because I've been doing so much for so many years and I'm so fucking tired. I don't know how I've created anything in this time, probably because without those creations, I don't think I could have continued. And so this is why I say that, like, I need my music to survive. Like, I can't do it without that. I cannot live without it. And thank God I have 2 shows next week. I'm so glad, and I can't wait to be able to play in front of everyone and talk about how hard this is. I've been so dishonest over the years with my friends and trying to put on a happy face. But like, in truth, I have been miserable. And of course there has been moments of happiness, but I'm excited to live for myself and to not have the burden of this house on my shoulders anymore. Because it's just too much. Like, it is just too fucking much. And yeah, I have to just keep going because I have moments where I want to set the weight down, but if I set it down, then I'm not gonna be able to keep going. Like, I have to carry it to the end because if I slow down now or if I falter, then it feels like I'm gonna fall. And it's okay, there's people who are gonna catch me, but until I'm done, like, I have to keep catching myself and putting the weight back on just a little bit longer. It feels so fucking crazy in my body. All these different aches and pains and constrictions and weights and things, like, it's really gotten much worse the closer that I get to the end of this, the harder it gets in my body because the reality of release is so close. And I can almost taste it, but I can't yet because I'm not done. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. I've been trying to be more honest with my friends. And it's so crazy how my songs through time still hold me. Like, how is Target parking lot song still the most relevant song for me? 11 years later, almost 12 years later since writing it, and it couldn't be more real. And so I'm so held by my songs and by my creations. This all feels complex. I'm sure if you can see the nuance of emotions on my face, there is beauty here too. And I'm just so sad for all these years of being so dishonest. And the things I couldn't even tell myself. The things I couldn't sing, even to myself. There's a lot, you know. I'm so grateful for the time that I did have in this beautiful home that I made my own. I'm so proud of how hard I worked. I think I have a really good work ethic. Sometimes it's detrimental, but I did really good. I'm not a failure. It just was not meant to be, and that's okay, because if it hurts that much, it is not meant to be. And so, as everything collapses, I am ready for the next thing. But it does hurt. There are many layers. I don't know who will watch this, me fucking just crying over this house, but I just had to say something because I have to keep talking about my experience, and that's been the hardest part, is trying to tell my story, because I don't want anyone to be mad at Steve and Punky, because it's not their fault. It just was not meant to be. I don't know. A lot of good, beautiful things happened in this space. I had lots of parties for my friends, lots of gatherings, played games, made music, had so many laughs. I'm so grateful to have owned a house, and I'm not sure if I will again. I hope I will one day. I'm not sure what kind of space I'm gonna have next. There's certain private space that I will not have for a little while. It's gonna be something I'm gonna have to get used to, I think, but I'm kind of already in this limbo space. There's already not certain private spaces for me right now. Yeah. It's a lot. I'm gonna be okay. There's people that love me, that support me, that want to help me. I just have to accept it. That's really hard. But I'm gonna accept it. Also, I'm just gonna say, if you want to help me, my Patreon is a place where you can help me, or Rain or Shine is my Venmo. It's RAIN or Shine. No spaces. If you want to help me during this time, I would accept that, because it's definitely a really challenging time. So, thanks for listening.